Okay, we're going to look at code readers here for a moment. I should differentiate quickly the difference between a code reader and a scan tool, and I must admit that I use the term interchangeably sometimes, and I shouldn't. Okay, a scan tool is a much more complex tool than this. Scan tools are used by service techs in garages. They have a whole lot of additional settings and layers within them. One thing that a scan tool can do is actually communicate with the components of your vehicle. So for example, it can actually reach out and turn on accessories. You can go through a menu and you can turn on the electric fan, you can turn on lights manually, so you can test components of the vehicle using the tool. The other thing that scan tools are very commonly used for, or the capability that they have, is they have a lot of software loaded into them by the manufacturer. Things like TSBs, which is a tech service bulletin, which is basically a repair bulletin that comes from a manufacturer. So let's say there's a common frequent fault on an 04 Dakota, and there actually are several, every vehicle has them. One of the TSBs on this thing is that the heater blower motor resistor fails on it. So basically, when you're trying to switch from low, medium, high, wide open speeds on the fan motor, there's a resistor in there that basically switches resistances to change the speed of the motor. That resistor fails on it. So and that wouldn't generate an engine light, by the way, but if a customer came in with an 04 Dakota and the fan would only run on high, then that means that the other three levels of resistance are not working. And so a service tech could plug in the scan tool and manipulate the fan manually and try to switch speeds using the scan tool. And if it doesn't work, then they can toggle to the layer that shows what's called a TSB, a tech service bulletin. And that would be a bulletin that comes directly from Dodge, and it's inserted into the software of the tool, and it would basically do a brief explanation of the fault. It would include diagrams or images showing the location of the component and some fast fix tips on how to access the component and how to replace it. So that's all the sort of stuff that's in a scan tool. These are just code readers. All they do is read the codes that are present when you have an engine light. The cheaper ones will have a few less layers. The better ones can talk to your transmission computer as well, and possibly your brakes computer. So if you had a brake wear indicator or an ABS light come on, a better quality tool might be able to talk to some of those computers as well. The basic ones just talk to your engine. And you can get these things pretty cheap, actually. The price on them has really come down. This is kind of a medium level one. Well, it's about 2 years old now that I got at Canadian Tire on sale for like 125 bucks. You've got a power button here, which I actually don't have to use. Excuse me. And I don't even use these buttons on this side. The red button is the erase button. I use that one all the time. And this is a return button. And DTC means diagnostic trouble code, and that is what we're going to actually go and look at.